We've all heard the stories, the genius who can glance at a page and recite it perfectly, or the savant who remembers every day of their life, like a movie. That's the myth of photographic memory, a true, flawless mental photograph. And here's the reality. That specific, perfect ability, known to science as eidetic imagery, is so rare it's almost mythical. But what if the real story is even more interesting? Neuroscience shows us that true elite memory isn't about taking a single, perfect snapshot. It's about a suite of extraordinary and trainable cognitive skills. It's about a high-fidelity memory system that works like a camera in the most useful ways. So, do you have it? You're about to find out. We've distilled the core science of elite memory into 3 specific mental challenges. These aren't party tricks. They are direct tests of the cognitive architectures found in the world's best memorizers. If you can do these 3 things, you don't just have a good memory. You possess a form of powerful photographic-like recall that places you in a rare cognitive tier. Ready to test your mind? Let's begin the first challenge. You walk into a cozy old study. The walls are paneled in dark walnut. Directly in front of you is a large, cluttered desk made of mahogany. On the desk, a green banker's lamp is switched on, casting a warm pool of light. To the left of the lamp is a stack of 3 books. The top book has a bright red cover with gold lettering. Leaning against the stack is a faded postcard showing a mountain landscape. Behind the desk, a floor-to-ceiling bookshelf is crammed with volumes. On the middle shelf, slightly off-center, a brass globe sits. To the right of the room, a large window shows it's dusk outside, with a single bright star visible just above the horizon. On the windowsill, a black cat is curled up, asleep, next to a small terracotta pot holding a succulent. The air smells faintly of old paper and wood polish. Now, the mental image is locked in. Here are your questions. No cheating. Number 1. What color was the lamp on the desk? Number 2. How many books were in the stack? Number 3. What was on the top of the bookshelf? I said, floor to ceiling. Was there an object on the very top shelf? Number 4. What was the cat sleeping next to on the windowsill? This first test measures what scientists call high-definition visual spatial encoding. It's not about a fleeting snapshot. It's about your brain's ability to absorb a complex scene, assign importance to dozens of details simultaneously, and hold that rich, multi-layered image in your mind's eye with precision. This is the foundational canvas of elite memory. How did you do? We'll break down your results next. Let's break down what you just experienced. This wasn't a test of general knowledge. This was a stress test for the visual sketchpad of your working memory. If you could correctly answer most of those questions, especially the specific ones, like the red book or the terracotta pot, it reveals something profound. Your brain doesn't just see a cluttered desk. It subconsciously tags and files discrete objects with high fidelity. This indicates superior attentional capture and visual binding. While everyone's eyes take in the same visual field, your brain's encoding process is richer, more detailed. This skill is the absolute bedrock of photographic-like recall. Memory champions and individuals with highly superior autobiographical memory don't have a magical camera behind their eyes. They have an exceptional visual working memory that acts like a high-resolution buffer, holding complex images with clarity long enough for them to be transferred into long-term storage. If you struggled, don't worry. This is a skill heavily influenced by focus and can be dramatically trained. But if you aced it, you've just confirmed the first critical component. Your mind naturally builds and retains detailed mental images, which is the first sign of a high-fidelity memory system. Now, let's test how you can manipulate those images. First, test down. Now, we're moving from simple storage to active control. Elite memory isn't a static picture. It's a dynamic model you can work with. For this challenge, I'm going to give you a sequence. It's not a meaningful pattern. It's designed to be pure, unchunkable data. You will have 10 seconds to memorize it exactly as you hear it. Here is the sequence. K74J, Apple 9B, to Shield Q, pause for 10 seconds. Time's up. The sequence is gone. Here is your challenge. I do not want you to repeat it back to me in the same order. Instead, I want you to recall it backwards, from the very last item to the very first. Try it now. What comes before Shield? What was before the 9? This test strips away the crutch of narrative or logic. It directly measures your ability for active manipulation of mental imagery. Can you hold that fragile string of symbols in your mind's eye and mentally reverse their order? This requires you to rotate and resequence the abstract mental representations you just created. It's the difference between looking at a photograph and being able to edit it in your mind. This cognitive control is a hallmark of the most flexible and powerful memory systems. Let's see what your score means. For our final and most profound test, we're moving from abstract data to the fabric of your own life. This isn't about memorizing what I tell you, it's about accessing what you've already lived. I want you to think of a specific, ordinary day from your past. Not a birthday or holiday, but a random, unremarkable day. Let's say, a regular Tuesday from about 2 or 3 years ago. It could be a day at work, a day at school, a quiet day at home. Now, close your eyes. Your challenge is to do more than just remember facts about that day. I want you to re-experience it. Can you relive the sequence of events from morning to night? Not just I went to work, but the specific commute, the tasks you did, the conversations you had. Can you recall the sensory details, the weather, what you wore, the taste of your lunch, the background sounds in the room? Can you access the emotional texture, the low-grade stress, the moment of calm, the slight boredom? This test probes the deepest layer of memory, highly superior autobiographical memory, HSAM tendencies. While full HSAM is medically rare, the ability to vividly re-experience mundane past events is its core feature. It shows your brain doesn't just store facts about your life, it archives rich, first-person episodes. This immersive time travel recall is the closest thing to a true photographic memory for the story of you. Let's see what your ability here means for the final verdict. If you could vividly re-enter that ordinary Tuesday, feeling its textures, hearing its sounds, tracing its timeline, you possess something extraordinary. This is not common recall. This is episodic re-experiencing, where your brain reconstructs the past as an immersive simulation. It indicates your memory is deeply context-rich and associative, wiring events with sensory and emotional data for powerful, lasting retrieval. Now, let's synthesize all 3 tests to deliver your verdict. Test 1 confirmed your hyper-detailed encoding. Your mind's camera has exceptionally high resolution for visual scenes. Test 2 proved your active mental manipulation. You can not only store images, but edit and reorganize them in your mind's workspace. Test 3 revealed your vivid episodic re-experiencing. Your personal timeline is stored in rich, multisensory detail. If you excelled at all 3, here is the verdict. You possess a powerful high-fidelity memory system. While it may not be the mythical, perfect photographic memory, it functions. For all practical purposes, like one in the most crucial areas, your brain is wired for elite encoding, manipulation, and retrieval of information. This is not a static trait, but an exceptional and trainable cognitive skill. So, how do you train it? Let's talk practical steps. So, you have the verdict, but this isn't the end, it's a starting point. These 3 abilities are not fixed. They are cognitive muscles, and with the right training, they can become stronger, sharper, and faster. Your high-fidelity memory can be upgraded. Here's how to train each pillar, starting today. 4. Hyper-detailed encoding. Test 1. Practice the method of loci, also known as the memory palace. This ancient technique involves visualizing a familiar location, like your home, and placing items you want to remember along a specific path through it. This directly harnesses and trains your brain's natural prowess for visual spatial memory, turning your innate skill into a deliberate system. For active mental manipulation. Test 2. Master the art of chunking and pattern recognition. Whenever you face complex information, a long number, a new concept, force your brain to find or create groups and patterns. Then, practice mentally reversing those chunks or reordering them. This disciplined practice strengthens the central executive of your working memory. For vivid episodic re-experiencing. Test 3. Adopt narrative association and sensory journaling. At the end of each day, spend 2 minutes not just writing what happened, but reliving one key moment with all 5 senses. Attach new information you learned to a vivid personal story or emotion. This deepens the contextual hooks your memory naturally excels at creating. You now have the blueprint. The power to build an elite memory is in your hands. If you're ready to commit to unlocking your mind's full potential and want a guide for the journey, then your next step is clear. Hit that subscribe button, because on this channel, we don't just diagnose potential, provide the tools to build it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.